Have you ever wondered why one of the greatest thinkers in history, Socrates, absolutely hated democracy? The same democracy we celebrate today as the foundation of freedom and human rights? Yeah, Socrates despised it, and spoiler alert, his ideas might make you question how we vote, how we think, and whether the crowd is really that wise. So grab your seat, because today we're diving into the psychology, the history, and the philosophy behind why Socrates wanted no part in democracy. Let's go back to ancient Athens, the birthplace of democracy, around 400 BC. Imagine it, public debates in the agora, citizens passionately voting on war, taxes, leadership. It sounds amazing, right? But Socrates? He was horrified. Why? Because he believed democracy gives power to people who are dangerously uninformed. In his view, giving every person a vote, regardless of their knowledge or wisdom, was like letting passengers vote on who should captain a ship. Would you want the best-trained captain steering through a storm, or a captain chosen by a popularity contest? For Socrates, democracy wasn't thoughtful decision-making, it was mob rule. Socrates loved using analogies, and his ship story says it all. Here's what he argued.
If you were sick, would you let just anyone vote on your treatment, or would you ask a doctor?
His point? Expertise matters. Just like only a doctor should make medical decisions, Socrates believed only those educated in governance and ethics should vote on political matters. But here's the twist. In Athens, every male citizen could vote. There was no test, no education requirement, no expertise filter. Socrates saw this as a recipe for disaster. And, well, he wasn't wrong. Let's bring in some psychology. Modern research shows people are heavily influenced by groupthink, social pressure, and emotions, not facts. Studies like the famous Asch conformity experiments prove that people will agree with the wrong answer just to fit in with the group. Socrates basically predicted this thousands of years ago. He believed that people vote based on emotion, not reason. Think about it. In elections, catchy slogans and charismatic leaders often beat thoughtful, complex policies. The crowd cheers for the loudest voice, not the wisest mind, and this terrified Socrates. But here's where it gets dark. Socrates didn't just dislike democracy. Democracy killed him, literally. In 399 BC, a democratic jury of 500 citizens sentenced Socrates to death. Why? Because he questioned the system. Because he challenged people to think. His crime? Corrupting the youth and impiety. In reality, he was guilty of making people uncomfortable. So the very system he criticized, democracy, became the weapon that silenced him. Irony, tragedy, or maybe a warning. Now here's the big question, was Socrates right? Should only the educated vote? Should democracy have filters? Or is the messy, imperfect vote of the masses still the best system we have? After all, modern democracy tries to balance this with education, constitutions, and checks and balances. But Socrates forces us to ask, are we really thinking when we vote, or are we just following the crowd? When you cast your next vote, are you doing it as a philosopher, or as part of the mob? If you enjoyed this dive into the psychology and philosophy of Socrates, hit that like button, subscribe for more mind-bending ideas, and drop a comment. Was Socrates right to hate democracy? Or was he missing the bigger picture? Until next time, stay curious, question everything, and think for yourself.